sun's a little bit aggressive today, right now. Alright. Gotta go pick up little Miss Skylar from Zoo Camp. And I cut our video this morning short while I was going back to home to try and jump the wifey's truck, but it turned out it wasn't an issue of the battery. It was like a fuel pump or something, but that's neither here nor there. After that, I started thinking about 5th grade and 6th grade, and I think 5th grade was when I really started, remember I was friends with a kid that was like super flamboyant, probably is gay to this day. He was just super flamboyant, and he hung out with all girls, and I think I started hanging out with him because he did hang out with all girls, like the twins, and I want to say this other girl's name was like Alana or something. I remember she had really long curly brown hair, and she wore those Doc Martin boots and like flannels and whatnot. Could have just been because it was the 90s and the grunge era was hitting, but and then I remember it's either 5th or 6th grade when I started going out, quote unquote, with a girl. And by going out, I mean, I think we held hands at school, and we might have kissed a few times, and actually hung out outside of school. Good old Caroline De Loretto. And part of me thinks it was 5th and 6th grade. But I think she turned out to be, I don't know, a hippie maybe? But yeah, I remember I was infatuated with girls in addition to like sports and stuff. And there was like always a girl I was talking to or quote unquote dating, but not in any real sense of the word, because I didn't lose my virginity till I was like 18, till like senior year of high school. But I always, I don't know, in high school or in elementary school, I had a lot of girls around. So that girl Caroline was for, I think it was like the weekends, and then the summer, I remember we would go bowling. So I guess that was kind of a date. We went bowling on a group date one time, and then I think just by ourselves too, and then I would like go to her house sometimes, and then I remember like kissing her right before I would leave a few times, and now I remember I think I was pretty pumped because I kissed her like 3 or 4 days in a row, and then I used that one day to be like, I got the streak going, I need to keep it going. And she's like, okay, cool. But no, I remember it was 6th grade now. It must have been the end of 5th grade and the start of and through 6th grade, because I remember taking a picture with her at graduation time with one of my other buddies. I remember now. So yeah, I remember those girls were a big part. And then there was Jackie, and I remember that was short-lived, maybe for like 3 weeks or a month, where it was just a girl that seemed like she liked me, so I would just said, oh yeah, I like you too, sure. And then I just kind of ghosted her, which is impossible to do when you go to elementary school with someone and you're in the same class, but I think I just stopped talking to her in that way. And then I would like run away from her at recess and whatnot, and then she just kind of asked me some questions, and I answered in a way that didn't make it seem like I liked her at all anymore. But she was cool. But yeah. So that was 5th and 6th grades with the girls. And then, 6th grade with Miss Thompson, that's the year before you go to junior high and you go to CB camp. And what else did we do that year? I don't know. I remember CB camp was really fun though, and that was, believe it or not, that was the first time I was ever away from my parents for I think might have been the first day or longer than one night at a sleepover or something. Oh, and I'm remembering Lonnie and Justin, Adam, and a little club that we made, which I don't remember what the heck was the name of the club, but I remember my nickname in the club was Blackjack, and all that equaled was, I remember one day we all had a sleepover at Lonnie's house, who's some rich Jewish kid, and their house was cool, and we were I think gonna make a fort, and then we used walkie-talkies, and then we got the stuffed crust pizza from Pizza Hut or something, and then I remember I ran into a sliding glass door that was closed, and that was funny. What was the name of that club? Gosh, I don't know. But Catalina camp was super awesome. I remember my mom and I, we woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and we walked to Mountain View from our house in the dark, which I thought, this is different. We've never done this before. And I remember holding my sleeping bag and my bag of clothes and stuff. And we got there to school, and then we got on a big Santa Barbara Airbus, which took us down to Long Beach. And then we got on a boat to go to Catalina Island. And the only thing that I remember from the boat ride was that Grits threw up a couple times on the ride, and that it didn't quite make it off the boat, and some much still went in the water and some landed on the side of the boat, and that was funny. And the kids had you either took Dramamine or you put those little wristbands on with the little plastic buttons that you press into your wrist or something, which I guess is supposed to not make you queasy. And I remember those things. I remember we got to Catalina and we all went onto the grass with all of our gear, and then either the camp counselor or leader person told us what we're going to do, where we're going to go, and overall I just remember it was really fun. But I mean, the things that stand out were we went kayaking, and I think Adam and I were paired up together, and we were racing somebody else, and I'm pretty sure we got first or second, and then I think we made a big deal about it when we got there. I don't think we raced on the way back because we were totally gassed. That was super fun one day, and I remember they put us in these wetsuits where you gotta pull the tail underneath your cock and balls, and then it buttons up either in front of you or behind you, and it was super uncomfortable on the cock and balls. And we went snorkeling and saw the Garibaldis one day, and that was super fun. And I remember them explaining the water, needed to be careful with the water because there wasn't enough to take a shower every single day. And now one of the camp counselors would save her 3 minutes or 2 minutes during the week so that she could just take a long 12-minute shower one day a week, which was cool. But now it seems she's probably just some stinky hippie. And I remember her name was Lori. And yeah, and then I also remember going on a hike, and they showed us how to pick cactus apples and shave off the spiky parts with a twig or a berry, and then you need to get a knife and shuck the outside off. And they did that for us, and then I think they would let us do it, but they wouldn't give us a knife to shuck the outer hard skin off. You could use your fingers and peel it. Remember we did that. But I also remember on that hike that they had bison or buffaloes on the island, so there's a ton of like cow patties and shit pies everywhere. And Alex Bowling took the biggest, like flattest rock around him at the time. We were around this big fresh cow patty, and it was flat and wide, and he threw it flat down onto a cow patty, and it exploded everywhere. And I remember it got all over Trevor Forsell's calf and like on his shoes, and he just like screamed in shock and disappointment and anger all at once. And me, Alex, and probably anybody else around were just losing our mind, because it's funny when shit gets exploded on someone's calf, apparently. Yeah, I definitely remember that part. And I don't really remember much about the food. I'm sure it was like decent. And I don't remember what else, but I just remember it was so very fun. And we all had this stupid green See Me sweatshirts, which to me always seemed like a badge of honor when you were a sixth grader. Like I remember my brother had a gray See Me sweatshirt with, it had like burgundy or like purple writing on it, and I was always super jealous of that. Or whichever group of sixth graders came back that year with the See Me sweaters, that always looked so fire. And so ours were green with white writing and like white drawstrings. And I think once we finally got them, I was like, this isn't as fire as I thought it would be. But still, we wore the shit out of those for a long time until I lost it, probably. But yeah, I think and then it feels like everything after See Me Camp was just kind of a blur. But I do remember now that, yeah, Caroline and Adam and myself all took a picture together, and I don't know, it was 5th or 6th grade. Maybe it's just the summer. And it makes me wonder how many dudes she dated besides me. And I remember our graduation from Mountain View was at La Colina Junior High. And we kind of like dressed up and stuff. And then after that was on to the junior high we would go to, which was Goleta Valley Junior High. And that was not a culture shock, but it was basically when I shed a lot of my acquaintances and friends from elementary school. And I don't know if everybody kind of feels this sort of like guilt or what. Like, I guess I just didn't ever think all the homies from grade school were that cool. I don't know, I felt like I kind of traded up, and I changed out some of them for the new homies. And but I don't know, I guess that's just life. But I guess we'll pick up on 7th grade and 8th grade later, because I am approaching the zoo, and I don't want to run over any homeless people while I go get Skylar and then Oakley, and then I don't know what we're gonna do after that. Something fun, hopefully. Go! Alright. Pick up at 7th grade, starting 7th grade next time. Bye!